Hello everyone, it's Lisa Jane here and I welcome you all to my channel, those that are returning or those that are new to my channel. If you like what I have to say, please hit the subscribe notification button since I'm trying to share much more regularly, and if you want to take a look, please browse through my channel at all the videos that I've created during this time. The bulk of the information I share is around spiritual awakening, energy healing, energy work, and basically the fundamental belief that I have is that we are spiritual, energetic beings first and humans second, and that our current evolution is towards a path of really realizing how much potential we have. And so without further ado, I'm going to step into today's topic, since this was prompted by a discussion I had with someone in Sri Lanka earlier today, and you'll know who it is I'm talking about, who it is I'm talking to. But she got me thinking about maybe sharing some information that might be pertinent and relevant to many of you, and it certainly comes from my heart to yours with the intention for your highest good and healing, and it aligns to my belief. And so the title of this video is what it means to become an awakened human being, and the magic, the power, and the destiny that is held in that. So what I wanted to talk about really is that since I was a very small child, I knew our only role here on earth was actually to evolve, was to make sure that we became more aware, more conscious of ourselves, and also that we realized or began to realize our potential as vibrational, divine, creator beings. Now, what does that mean, right? Well, at the moment, we can all say that change is happening, and change is happening fast. And the words spiritual awakening or waking up or spiritual transformation, all of those things are now buzzwords that are just running all over the internet, right? Why am I experiencing this? Why are my dreams so vivid? Why did I have a premonition that someone was going to do something and then they did it? Why did I dream of my aunt doing something and the next day she tells me she did? Everyone has suddenly exploded with a connection that they may not have experienced before. So for all those of you that have been on a spiritual journey for a number of years, who have tried to walk a path of spiritual awakening and ascension and move to a higher vibration, well, guess what? We are here. And yes, without a doubt, there is a lot of difficulty, there is a lot of suffering, there is a lot of pain that is being experienced by everyone. But on the other hand, there are also a lot of people that are suddenly realizing, oh, what do I do with this? Where do I go with this? How can I actually move towards my highest potential? Right? And so for me, as a healer, as a seer, as a clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, however many labels you want to give that, or give that to, I have the ability to perceive energy, and my fundamental belief is so does each and every one of you. Every person on this planet has the ability to become telepathic, to become psychic, to be able to foretell the future, to be able to see when something is coming. All of this, though, guided by the higher heart, the spiritual heart, your soul's wisdom, and with the intention to be of service to humanity. Because in the past, these abilities might not necessarily have always been used for the good of many, right? So some of you might be aware of Joe Dispenza's work and his latest book, Becoming Supernatural. Well, it's not so far-fetched anymore, right? A lot of people are writing about it. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people in their spiritual awakening just say, I want to be psychic. I want to see visual things. I want to talk to the angels, archangels. I want to talk to the extraterrestrials. So if you label yourself as a light worker, as a starseed, as someone who has a connection, then listen up. Because you need to be aware of how you're going to work with it. And even if you've only just woke up, or you've suddenly realized that you have an ability that you weren't aware of, what do you do with this ability? Right? Because some people have just had their crown chakra exploded open. What do I mean by crown chakra? Well, if you want to talk satellite dish, an antenna. The heart is your satellite dish, and your crown chakra is your antenna, right? So the crown chakra are your antenna that reach up higher and higher, and the heart center is where you receive the information to be interpreted by that. So I don't want to get too complicated, because really all I wanted to say in this video is that yes, you can be psychic. Yes, you can be telepathic. Yes, you can be all of those things. But where do you start, and what is the intention you set behind it? Well, for me, in all of my work, the most important thing is self-awareness. So if during quarantine or lockdown, you've suddenly found yourself connecting, you've suddenly found yourself receiving audio signals, your ears are ringing with a very high pitch, you're feeling vibrations all over your body, what is happening? You are becoming aware of yourself as a vibrational, as an energetic being. And I've spoken about 2 energetic states that will help you with this in one of my previous videos, where I talk about coherence and mindfulness or being present. What I want to talk a bit about today now is the antenna, is the signal that you might be receiving, and how you align to the highest frequency and the highest truth, and how you align to information that might be good for yourself and for others. Because in the energetic shake-up where we are, right, there's a huge energetic shake-up. There's trauma being released, there's karmic debts being cut, there's energetic frequencies shifting and changing, and we haven't yet stepped into a stable place where the new energy framework has been laid down. We are moving towards that, and the fundamental message to each and every one of you is that each one of you counts. So the more you can become aware of yourself as a supernatural, magical, powerful being, and to work with that, then the more you are going to be able to hold your field for the good of yourself and for the good of everyone else. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get yourself a book, because you're going to want to write down your experiences. You're going to want to write down what visuals you're receiving in your imaginatory mind, because imagination is the language of the 5th dimension. And so if you are a visual person, you might be receiving flickering images, you might be receiving definite images, you might be receiving symbolic images, you might think of a person and immediately see something in their field. Now, I want you to create a diary of your experiences and start today, because you need to understand what your language is. You need to understand whether you're a visual connector, whether you're clairsentient and you feel it, whether you are clairaudient and you hear words coming in. I don't want you to necessarily do anything with that information yet. I want you to start learning what is your signal. I also want you to start thinking about what emotional state you were in when you received this information, because it might not be the case that you get it all the time. Lockdown might have created a situation where there was this huge explosion of connection, where you felt deeply guided to meditate, where you felt deeply guided to pray, whether you felt deeply guided to start exploring your beliefs in a divine creator source. Whatever it is, know that it's your unique path, and what you're getting to explore is yourself as a vibrational, energetic being. Now, what this chaos and trauma and change has brought for all of us is it's brought us closer. It's brought us closer in terms of our connection and our vibrational frequency. And not everyone's on the same frequency, right? We're moving to that. But we need to understand that everyone's antenna has been blown open and is picking up signals. It doesn't matter whether you actually don't do this or have never, aligned yourself to a spiritual way of life. Spiritual is just a terminology. But what is important to get to grips with is that we are energy first, physical matter second. And whilst we have explored only a couple of dimensions of the human self, we are now moving into the upper realms and the new dimensional frequencies of our interconnectedness. So you could say that we are moving in an evolutionary state towards a higher way of being. We are also in a state of evolving in consciousness. What do I mean by that? I mean that we are learning that our brain is not just this gray matter inside our head, but that it emits and receives signals, and that the mind is actually an energetic frequency of information that extends beyond our human gray matter brain, right? I'm not going to try and discuss everything today because it'll take too long, because the heart center is another important field. But for now, I'm going to talk about the higher mind, right? Because that is the one that has been both together with the heart, but also triggered with what's going on by way of you experiencing more detailed dreams, by you experiencing more telepathic things happening, by you experiencing more synchronicities, more coincidences, more connection with maybe the other realm too, right? Because let's face it, there's a lot happening in that energetic state just above us. With all due blessings to those souls that are passing, it's busy up there. There's a lot of energetic movement. People are moving. When I say people, their soul, their energy is moving from this physical realm to the higher realms when their physical body passes, right? So all of this stuff is happening, and everyone is becoming more aware that, there's something going on here. There's some magic that is happening. And so what I want to tell you, and maybe I'll end off shortly because I'm going to add onto this video, I think, is that begin to realize that you have a magical capacity within you to experience life past your 5 senses. Begin to realize that the fronds, the tendrils, the antenna of your mind are being stretched and pulled into higher dimensions. Begin to realize that telepathy is going to be a natural human state. And what it all depends on is the energetic frequency you hold within your field. Coherence is key here, together with a number of things. But if you want to learn anything, learn about being coherent. And there are many ways you can do that, but there is a very important tool offered by HeartMath on breathing. And I've spoken about this before. Because it is my one belief that nature, the universe, speaks in a language of coherence. And if you can be in that state of coherence, you are going to be able to impact yourself and the world in a very powerful way. So please go and get yourself a book. Start learning what your signals are. Start writing your dreams down. Important, important, important. You know, as a kind of shaman that I am, because I work with earth a lot and the African elements, the dream world is the real world. It's where everything is created. So don't underestimate the power of your dreams. Don't underestimate the power of you dreaming of another person, because like I said, we're all in different physical locations. But what this lockdown quarantine stuff has done is it has lifted us out into a state of a higher connection, a higher receptivity, and a higher and closer connection to #the new human, who understands that you have senses above and beyond these physical ones. That, like I said, you can all be a seer, you can all be a psychic. And whilst you may not all be following careers where you use that, you will use these abilities in whatever career you're in, whatever relationship you're in, to get a better understanding of how to carry yourself in a way that is for the good of you and the good of everyone you're with. Because let's face it, that's the priority. We don't just get given these gifts just to use. We don't get given these gifts just to kind of weave our way magic and manipulate and, kind of convince people to do things our way because we're using our magical telepathic abilities. No, because the energy framework that supported that is disappearing. And if your intention is not for that, to use your skills for that purpose, it is going to be taken away at some point. because the energy is supportive of using these abilities for the upliftment of humankind, right? So you can understand more what your place is, so you can pull in your soul's information and wisdom, and that you can use that to be of service to humanity. So please, if you're on any spiritual path, if you're on any journey and you want to be more telepathic or psychic, examine your intentions. Because your intentions need to be pure with this, people, like really pure, because it's powerful stuff, right? We can heal ourselves in the world when we use these abilities for that highest purpose. So understand that you're magical human beings, that what we have experienced so far in our evolution is just the tip of the iceberg, and that underneath that lies a potential so great and powerful. And when I say powerful, I mean beautiful, powerful, magically powerful, upliftingly powerful. So if you have any questions and you want to know more, then please ask me. But the one most important thing is, like I said, get a book, start writing your things down, set your intentions, make sure they're pure, find a guide, teacher, guru, whatever you want to call them, who can help you, because everyone's path is different. Don't go out there kind of following things that you think are going to give you the answers but feel uncomfortable inside, because there are n number of information sources out there, right? And know that we are a miracle of creation. We are part of creation. We're part of the stars. And now it's really for this human body, human person, to really inflict that magic and beauty upon the world in the most amazingly healing, uplifting space. So with that, I'm going to finish off. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please, like I said, subscribe and hit the notification button. And follow my Instagram. I post a lot there. I hold online Zoom meditations for free. I do Sunday teachings where I look at a spiritual, information that I'm receiving and share it with you in a way that is practical and may help you with your spiritual development and awakening. And a Facebook page. Whatever it is that grabs your fancy, then just look at all of those links below and just subscribe, connect with me. Let's build a community of like-minded, light vibrationary people who are interested in raising their energetic vibration, who are interested in raising their self-awareness, who are interested in self-healing, because in healing ourselves, we heal the world. So with that, I wish you a blessed week ahead. It's Monday, right? Yes, it is. A blessed week ahead. Thank you so much for watching. From my heart to yours, take care in this space. Do whatever you can to show self-compassion. And much love to you from Cape Town, South Africa. Bye for now.